Hey YouTube, I'm doing a little something different in this post. I just wanted to go over some recent work I've done in order to calculate who the top Hearthstone Classic player is on the North American servers. This isn't perfect analysis. Blizzard actually failed to upload several of the seasons, so there's only a data set of 9 months. But what this analysis is going to break down is who, since Hearthstone Classic came out, starting in April 2021, was in the top 200 and was the top player. So yeah, the leaderboards are all available online, so feel free to do your own analysis and check this. I also have a page. I'll put the link to my GitHub where all the code is stored. So if you wanted to run the analysis, it's all Python based yourself. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to look at 3 different ways to analyze who the top player would be. The first, and I think the worst way to argue who the top player would be is you could say that there are actually 2 players. This is my list of players here that are just as like a printout of all the ranks, or the different players and then all their different rankings. So a list of what they ranked in all the different seasons they were in the top 200. So here you can see that there's one player called Paper Ninja who got the top spot, who was only ranked in the top 200 once, but when they were ranked, they got the top spot. There's another player, DacianWolf, that had the same situation. So the only time they were in the top 200, they were ranked number 1, which is impressive. I would say in this situation, DacianWolf is probably the stronger player, because if we go to the leaderboard for this season, is season 89 is the ID, but it's essentially the March 2021, the kind of asterisk season that I'd mentioned before. And you can see here that Paper Ninja is number 1, but there's only 12 other people that actually were even legend back in March 2021, because the season didn't last very long. I think it was only a few days. So these people just grinded to legend really quickly, and there's not even 200 people on this list. It's only 13. So I would say between Paper Ninja and DacianWolf is probably the stronger player of those that, on average, every time they were in the top 200, they were number 1. I think the second way that we can break down the analysis would be to look at consistency. And here it's a little bit different. Here, what you'll see is that if you look at the players that on average were in the top 200 the most, I think I'm a little bit backwards in how I coded this. Here we go. Okay, here. So here you can see that if I look at the number of players that were in the top 200, the maximum number of times, which in this data set is 9 months, look at all those players and then show me what their ranks were. And here you can see certain players: Snow, Scorpion, timcago, friend of mine, hope you're watching. Buffadoobaa, I've definitely played this guy a lot. Arcues, know the name. K, I wasn't really sure of the name. Éros, for sure, I know that person as well. And then, of course, me. I'm on this list. I mean, why else would I do this analysis if I wasn't one of the top players? But anyway, you could see, that's my wife laughing in the background. You can see that here, these top 9 are like, okay, finished in, I don't know, for me is 174, 28, 53, 54. So like, even though the number of times making the top 200 is impressive, you'd probably want to know what the average was out of these consistent players. So I took that, and looking at that, you see that the best average player out of all this list is this person K, that I don't really know. But K, you can see they've made the top 200 every single season, and a couple times, or actually 4 out of the 9 times, they finished in the top 10. So they're actually a really strong player. Maybe that's why I haven't seen them, because I'm not that strong. But the average rank for K is 18. So that means that K, like on average, is in the top 20 every single season since Hearthstone Classic has come out. So K, great job. The third and final analysis, which I think is interesting, and it might be what people argue is the most important, would be to look at, if we break down not just the consistency, or not just like who got the top rank on average the most, but rather looking at who got the top rank the most number of times. So who got the rank 1 spot more than anyone else in terms of, just totaling up the number 1 finishes. And here, what I did is I just took the player list and looked at whoever got that top spot the most number of times. And if you go by this analysis, which I think actually is probably the most sound, you'll see that the top player is Thachzor. And Thachzor finished as like rank 1 3 out of the 9 seasons. And Thachzor, like, if you don't know that player, he's one of the strongest players. I think he mains Miracle Rogue. I'm not sure. But we can even look for Thachzor in the whole list of players. Let me do that real quick. Thachzor. Let's go up. And so if we look at Thachzor's list, in all the seasons we're looking at, so one season finished rank 4, another season finished rank 2, another season finished rank 3, another season finished rank 17. So like he's never not been in the top 20. Another season finished rank 1, another season finished rank 3, another season finished rank 3. So even in the top 3, he's almost always in the top 3. Like, I think that's safe to say. And then another season rank 1, rank 1, rank 2, rank 2. So yeah, out of the 9 seasons that were analyzed, there's only 2 that Thachzor wasn't in the top 3. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the strongest, the best, the most consistent player in Hearthstone Classic is Thachzor. So I'm going to cut the video there, but I might see, if I see any like other further analysis where, oh, okay, I see. I think my analysis is a little flawed. I didn't include one of the seasons. I think there's an interesting leaderboard where Thachzor is the only person on it. I think it's 95. So there's certain, yeah, okay. I don't know if you can see this, but season 95 was one of the buggy ones where none of the players were listed except one player. And that player happened to be Thachzor. So Thachzor not only is lucky in the cards, but also lucky in the Blizzard posting of Hearthstone Classic rankings, because in the October season, or I guess the September season, he was the only player that was actually recorded. So any way you slice it, I think Thachzor is a really strong player. And yeah, watch out for him on ladder. And I guess if you want to copy him or emulate his style, then go with Miracle Rogue, because I'm pretty sure that's what he plays. But anyway, hope you liked the video, and obviously don't like or subscribe. Don't do it. I don't know. I don't care. Nobody's going to watch this anyway. But thought it was an interesting video. Nice little breakdown. And like I said, I'll post the code, and you can kind of go through the GitHub stuff and do this analysis yourself if you want. All right. Thanks. Bye.